And yet again, we have a P0101 code. You know what I'm calling for? Y'all already know. Y'all misunderstand me when I say, you know, a P0101 is not always a mass airflow. But when we have an aftermarket one in there, it's definitely going to be the mass airflow. So once we replace and repair the mass airflow sensor, right? Because we have to undo, or how do we say it? Unfuck. Okay, we have to undo what was done previously, which was a bad mass airflow sensor. Okay, so once we repair or replace the bad mass airflow sensor, or the junky one, the aftermarket one that usually doesn't communicate well with these vehicles, that way we know we have a known good one in there and we're not going to have any issues on that part. Then we proceed to figure out why it threw that P0101 in the first place. Now normally when you put an aftermarket in there, it sets the P0101, but the car starts to do funky stuff. And that's why I always go for the mass airflow and then make the repair as well. So as y'all see right there, there's tape on that boot. That boot is torn. That is going to be causing an air leak. So we need to get rid of that air leak, replace that. Look at that. That thing is broken. There's a bolt missing back there. And then this air filter right here is not set in there correctly. It's already deformed. So replace this, replace the air box, replace the mass airflow, replace that boot. Okay, perform a perform a throttle cleaning. And then here's the bread and butter right here. All right, because this always happens on this engine right here, PCV hose, which you can see where that clamp is raised up. Now that wasn't me. This is coming from another shop. That hose that clamp is on, where it bends and goes back, yeah, that thing likes to collapse. Once that thing collapses, then you start getting a whole bunch of funky other stuff. So PCV hose, boot, air box, air filter, mass airflow. And let me not mention either that this one, yes, it does have a PCM update or ECM update. So there's quite a bit of work that needs to be done just to resolve that P0101 code. And that P0101 is causing this vehicle to run like shh. So it's throwing a transmission code. What I need to do, fix the P0101, reset the transmission, relearn it, and then test drive it and make sure that the transmission is not acting up after.